Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me in SPRINGWATCH. SPRINGWATCH is 2 weeks back to back of all of the beautiful new things that are in the spring catalogue and in the celebration catalogue, and also running in conjunction with the online class that you can find details of on my blog. But today's project is a mini post-it note holder. Isn't that cute? I made one of these back in May last year, and it was one of my earliest videos, and it was before I kind of realised that actually people would be watching and making their projects in both metric and imperial, and my setup was rubbish. And somebody asked me recently if I could make them an imperial version, so I thought, why not just revisit it? So basically this is the post-it note holder. These are the little ones that are 1.5 by 2 inches, which is 38mm by 51mm. So they're the tiny little petite ones. They're very cute, and I've done all of these with the High Tide Designer Series paper. I'm going to make another one in the same. Very easy. These are the post-it notes, and I actually get them in bundles of 12, but they come in usually you would find them in the station as in a pack of 3, and like I say, they're 1.5 by 2 inches, which is 38mm by 51mm. So I'm going to make one for you. They have got a little bit of extra room here. I don't know if you can see that, and that's because there is a brad, and that's to stop it squishing the first few layers of paper. So that's the reason behind that. But basically you need a piece of DSP, or you could use card if you wanted, but DSP that measures 5 by 2 inches, which is 12.5 by 5 centimetres. And I'm going to use my scoring tool. I sat and made all of those and quite a few more that aren't here in just a few minutes. They're very, very quick to do. So with the long side at the top, because we're only going to score down the length, you score at 1.5, 2 inches, this is 3.5 and 4 inches. And if you're going to do a metric version, you would score it at 4, 5, 9 and 10 centimetres. So that's all you do, and you will see that there is a longer side and a slightly shorter side. The longer side goes in the scallop tag topper because that is gorgeous. I love it. It's my new best friend and I would cuddle it if I could. So it's the longer end that goes in the top, and you feed it all the way in until it won't go any further. Just double check it's all up at the top. Punch, and that's that bit done. And then just fold your score lines. You can burnish them if you want to, but I just find, squishing with my fingers is enough. So fold all of those. And just pop that to one side because I just want to stamp a little bit first. And I've got the petite petals. I'm going to do a kind of version of this one. I think I've got some glue on the back of that. So I've got one of the flowers, and I've got this sort of sketchy finish because this, well, it's High Tide. It's the High Tide Designer Series paper, but I think this is meant to be like a moonlit sky or something like that. But it's kind of sketchy finish, so I'm going to have a sketchy one as well. And I'm using cherry cobbler this time because I love the cherry cobbler against. I think it looks gorgeous against Pacific Point, which is this one here. So just onto a piece of Whisper White. And then I've got the matching Petite Petals punch, which just fits around it nicely. One of those, and I'm going to pop it, I'm going to curl it very slightly. So you just take the back of your something rounded and onto a squishy mat and just squish in the middle. And that will it will pop up. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. Right, now to position these, to get the brad in the right place, take your post-it block, don't put any sticky on it just yet, and position it so that you're holding it at the bottom, so the top is loose, so you know you've got a perfect fit at the bottom, and fold it over and just gently mark a hole as to where you want your brad to go. I can't see that at all. Oh, I can see it now. There we go. And then pop that onto your paper piercer to get it fitting nicely. Get a decent hole. And I'm using this time vintage trinkets. I think they are gorgeous, but they've got the slightly bronzed look, which I used against this yellow one here. They've got a bronze one, a gold one, and then sort of a dark pewter one, which I probably can't find now. My lighting is rubbish. It's about 8:30 in the morning and it's quite dark. I can't see one. I'm just going to have to grab the first one I can find. There we go. And then little buttons. How cute. Can you see that? Probably not. I'll make sure you can see it in the photographs. And they are just the perfect width to be able to feed through this hole here, but without it falling through. Right, where's my post-it block gone? There it is. Some snail on the back of this. You don't want it to be too much of a permanent stick, because when it's run out, you know, you want to be able to put another one in. Although you could make another one. So again, just position it down at the bottom, line it up, fit it in, and then that brad is the perfect depth to fit through. I'm going to bring in another one that I made. This is using the brad from the where you would stick your candy dots to it, and it's just that bit too tight, so it would make it, you would end up shredding, so that is the better size. Right, let's put these bits together. So I've got, obviously I made that with cherry cobbler, I've got cherry cobbler baker's twine here, and I'm just going to loop it around my fingers a couple of times to trim off, and then I know that I've got the right length, in theory, to make this little, to make a kind of a loop on the back. There is probably a really easy way to do this, but I'm going to find the complicated way. So glue dot on there. I'm going to take one end and stick it. And another end, and I'm going to whoops, and make this one a bit shorter. There we go. And then a glue dot over the top, just to completely secure all of that in place. If I don't stick my nails to it. My nails are actually cherry cobbler colour. Cherry cobbler dazzling details colour. I seem to have this slight obsession with getting my nails to match when I go and have my nails painted. Find a Stampin' Up colour that would match it. Anyway, rhinestone crystal in the middle, and then that is a mini post-it note finished. How cute. That is so cute. And like I say, these ones are also from the High Tide Designer Series paper. You can see I've used the Banner Blast Stampin' Punch, and I've used some of the Silver Baker's Twine. This one I've used the new Triangle Punch and the, what's it called, Geometrical stamp set and a little star. But they're just really cute. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Hope to speak to you soon.